Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be having a look at something I don't think I've really concentrated on in terms of a money making method before. We're going to look at making Primal bars. Now, Primal bars were brought into the game about 18 months ago, and it's something where because of the price for Primal ores, it was never really worthwhile doing in terms of money making method because they were so volatile. However, now they've been in the game for a little while, and a lot of people who do Primal ores as their form of AFK mining, the prices seem to stabilize a little bit, so now is the time for us to go and give it a try and see if we can make some profit from it. Now, the wiki currently states that this is 16 mil profit per hour. However, I do have a feeling it's going to heavily depend on the buying price we can get all the ore bought for. Now, if you didn't know, Primal ore bars work slightly different compared to a normal bar. Whereas you would just combine 2 ores, a Primal bar, you're going to combine 10. Now, with combining those 10, you're going to get 5 bars rather than just 1. But this will be beneficial when it's time to make extra bars. Now, what I'm going to go and do, is save you guys having to watch me just buy some ore on the Grand Exchange. I'm going to take 100 mil pure cash from my bank and go and buy enough to make 500 bars. So 100 of each ore, and then we can roughly work out what the price is going to be for each 5 bars and where we need to be in terms of profit. Now, this is going to take me a little while, so I'm just going to pause the video now and come back. And then we can talk through everything else during the time we're going to make the bars at the furnace. So there we go. That wasn't too painful. I think we're roughly going to be 14. Let's go 14.6 mil for that. Right, so there we go. All 10 have bought. I'm going to go for a price of 13.6 mil to create those 500 bars, which we can go and price check what the price of a Primal bar is in a second. But I just want to show you the ore prices because some of them I had to go a little bit above mid. It kind of balances out weirdly because we've managed to buy a couple for like 10, 11k each. And then there's been a few, and especially Bathos, which we've had to pay quite over the odds for. But they've kind of all balanced out roughly to be the same kind of price. But it just goes to show that even though all these have the same level requirements, some of them sell for more than others. And there's no real reason behind it. I just think it depends on where they are. This might be the furthest ore from the teleport. And because of that, people don't really go there. But always go and check the prices of these ores if you're looking to go and train your mining at the Primal ores. So yeah, 13.6k, I think is a decent price overall average. Obviously you can get them lower, and if you're going to do a decent stint of like Primal bars and stuff, it's something I'd probably recommend is to go and find the actual prices and margins for these ores, because the money you can save on the ore just means it's going to be more profit towards the end. Now, the reason we're doing this is for a Primal bar. So if we go and do this, so really for a price of a final 5 bars, it's going to be 136k, which when we just whack on that, we're roughly about 12k short. So again, this might be one of those methods where it's going to be the extra bars you make, which is going to really contribute to how much profit you're going to make as well. So what I'm going to do is just check the margin of this as well. So if we go back down to 1, and we can see how much Primal bar sells for. Now, some really important stats to know is that if you're going to make Primal bars, 103 smithing is when you have the 10% chance to make more. And then 106 smithing is when you can make 50% quicker. Now, what I would recommend to get the most value out of Primal bars, you probably want to have both of these, because the fact you're going to go and make more bars means you're going to make more money. And the fact you're going to make bars quicker means you're going to make more bars and gives you more of a chance to prop the chance to make more bars, which will make you more money. So both of these will really contribute to it. Now, I decided to do 100 just as a bit of a rough sample because, again, I think it'd be a good way to show you guys just how much you need. I need to go to a furnace now, and then we'll go and throw the stuff in. And yeah, we'll do 100 sample. We'll see how much we make. I'm going to record how many Primal bars I've got in there currently, and then I'll just take away whatever's we've made for this as well. But I'm really optimistic to see if we're going to make some more. I'm just going to go and gear up and just get ready for it, and then we'll talk through when it's time to smith. Now, one item which can be beneficial for this is to have the blacksmith's helmet. It gives you a 1% chance to get an extra bar. It's not going to be anything massive, but it's just another 1% chance to get something. And if you're going to do a decent stint of Primal bars and a decent stint of bars over time, not just Primal, all forms of smelting, it can be a really decent sort of item to have, and it will make you more GP over the long term as well. So if we go to my furnace, how many Primal bars do we have? We have a total of 738. So we know that once we've finished, I'll take 738 away, and then we'll go and do that again. If you have the Goldsmith Gauntlet, it means that you can smelt these bars directly into your furnace, which is nice because it makes it really AFK. Again, I'll say this multiple times, and we've featured it in a couple of videos as well, that smelting bars really is a nice AFK. Now, because we make 5 bars at a time with Primal bar smithing, whenever we make extra bars, we make 5 extra bars, and that's when the cash really starts to rack up. because we're going to be making all these extra bars, which will pull us into profit towards the end. But yeah, it's going to be a really nice method. If you've got a decent stack of these ores as well, you can just sit here for a good couple of hours and just chill and watch other stuff on the side. Maybe you want to watch some 7-day bomb videos. Maybe you want to watch some money making videos. They are available on the channel if you want to watch them. But again, smithing is just such a chill skill. And what I'll do, again, rather than drag it out so you guys have to watch this with me, I'm going to go and finish the 100 bar sample and see how we do. But we're already 20 bars up. And then when you start thinking that each one of these bars which we've gained is 25k, doesn't take long for this to actually sort of prove that money making method is worth it. Like, the wiki quoted 16 mil, which when I first looked at it, I wasn't too sure on. I didn't think it would really work like that. But maybe it's got something to it and maybe it will work as well, because you can smith a decent amount of bars per hour. And that's where it will come. It was the fact that you've got that 50% chance to make bars quicker, the 10% chance you're going to make extra bars, and just the fact that you're going to be doing an X amount per hour, and it will just eventually rack up because it's just making profit. So I'm going to finish this. I'll do 40 on the next interaction. We'll come back when it's time to wrap the video up, and we'll see whether these primal bars really have made some GP. Right, so there we go. As you can see, and once we look here, we have a decent stack of primal bars. We've still not found a way to be able to withdraw the bars easily, so we're going to have to take them all out afterwards. And then see what we can do from there. So I'm just going to go and put these bars into the bank. So if I deposit 738, that means we have made 580 bars, which, to be fair, to have that proc that many times, that's pretty decent. And it really didn't take me long to do it. It probably took me like 3.5 minutes to do all 500 bars. So it really actually wasn't that bad. So I'm going to deposit all that back in. And what we are left with is a total of 580 bars. Now, if we throw that into the price checker, that's going to come in at a price of 14.3 mil, which is roughly going to be about a mil profit, which, again, it didn't take me long. It took me like 3 minutes. So if you're making like 1 mil for every 3 minutes, it can be around that price for about 16 mil profit, probably even more. Again, it depends on what price we can sell these for. We were selling over mid, which is also very nice. Again, the biggest problem with this method is going to be buying the sheer amount of ore for the correct price. This could definitely be something like you buy like 10,000 ore over the month very slowly, probably on 2 accounts as well. And then you could just do one big stint and you'll make a lot of money from it. Like, we've already proved like the kind of profit you can make from it. So we're going to try and sell them for 25,500. So we're going to sell them for 25.4k. Just take a couple of GP off that as well. And this is why you sell it for more, because the price we want to sell it for, you're going to make an additional 600 GP, which is like 300k, which when you've got the kind of tight limits, sometimes if you're going to have to buy an ore for a certain high price, really does go to show like you can make more profit from it. Now, I'm going to leave these in sell because they will sell. But what I'm going to do, just for basically to round the video up, if I withdraw 14.4 mil, that's going to show us where we are in terms of profit. So we are going to make 835k, which with 3.5 minutes worth of time really isn't that bad. If you're going to do that over sort of an hour, going to be around that 16 mil profit mark. But what I would say, if you are going to do this method, you 100% need to have 106 smithing to do it. Also as well, buy your ore over time. There's no rush to do this method straight away. Primal is going to be very good for a while, and maybe because of how good this has been, do you want me to do a Primal smithing review? Whether we can find some method to see if like actually smithing the bars is going to be worthwhile profit or not. I can definitely do that, but just let me know in the comments if you guys want to do it. But that's going to wrap this video up. It's a very surprising method. This is really the first time I've kind of looked at Primal, and maybe there's some possibilities to delve a little bit deeper and make a little bit more money with it as well. But let me know if you want to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please like the video if you've enjoyed. Drop me any comments of things you want to see or things you want me to do in terms of a video and to cover as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you have, one more time, drop me that like. It really does help me out. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.